would make lists, and I was very intentional. So some of the tips that we're going to kind of share with you is how did we incorporate this. I worked full-time until I went triple. I just went part-time in August. So I did this. You guys can do this. We all are busy. We all have stories. We all have something, but you gotta find the time and be like specific every day. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. I'd work out. I'd get home at 6:15. From 6:15 to 7, I would work in business. And then I'd wake my kid up at 7:15. I skipped a lot of showers, and then I'd get ready for work. And I literally, like Melissa and I used to joke, we used to use baby wipes to clean ourselves after working out because we didn't have time to shower. But I did things specifically every day. So here's some of we're going to share some tips with you too. But one of the things that I did, because I could not post during the day at all. So in the morning when I woke up, I would do something with the product. I think, a lot of times you wake up and the first thing you do is you wash your face or you greens or your vitamins, whatever. So I'd post about that. I'd post about me taking that. And then at night when I got off work, I would post about the opportunity. So I had to do that every day because, again, I could not post at all during the work week. So I could do a lot behind the scenes, messaging and stuff, but that's what I did every day. Then a couple other things I would do is birthdays. So you guys know, you go to your events, you see all the birthdays on Facebook. This is something that I recently started doing more on the message side, but this is a great way to start building relationships. Is every night before I went to bed, I made sure I wished someone a happy birthday. So I would pull up my birthday list, and here's the thing. If they have a lot of friends, if you write on someone's birthday, like on their Facebook wall, a lot of times they'll just say like 300 people have wished them happy birthday and they probably don't see yours. So I send a personal message every time. I either do like the voice message and I'm like, hey, happy birthday, I haven't talked to you in 20 years, how are you? Or I'll send them a message and I'm just like, hey, happy birthday, hope things are going well, what are you up to these days? And 100% of the time, they respond back. They respond and they're like, oh my gosh, Holly, thank you so much. My birthday was great. How are you? And I'm like, funny that you ask. This is what I do. What do you do?
I know. Yeah.
Yes. I'm on the toilet right now. But they will message you back, you guys. So stop doing just the wall. If you're wanting to build some more relationships, look to do it through message because I guarantee they will see it. Especially if you're friends with them, they're going to get your message. So that's one of the things that I started to do. The other thing I did is I did a lot of three-way calls. Anytime I enrolled people, I would tell them like, hey, if you get a potential, and this is what, they're like, I don't know what to say to them. And I'm like, let's do a three-way call. So my lunch break, I would do three-way calls. I literally went to not like the bathroom to poop, but at work, that's where I would go work, in the bathroom. I drank a lot of water and I'd pee a lot because I would take my phone in the bathroom and that's where I would three-way message people with my potential or with their potential in a distributor, or that's where I'd follow up. I did a lot of lunch breaks. I would go to my car and I would sit in my car and message people, or I would go meet someone at Starbucks quick. Typically I got like an hour lunch. So that's what I would do. I did a lot where I had to kind of fill in the spots. Okay, posting. I hear this a lot, like I'm posting, I'm not getting any customers or distributors. Think of posting as showing up to your job. Posting is just what you do, right? You show up to your job. If you got to your job and you just sat there and you did nothing, you're probably not, your people, your employees, your boss, they're probably not gonna like you. You probably won't get a raise. They're probably not gonna be happy, right? So that is this. You cannot just post and think, oh my God, I'm not getting customers. Posting is showing up. Posting is just letting people know what you do. But then you gotta follow up. You gotta get in front of people, you guys. Use that voice, like our Voxer or the voice message through Facebook. It's so much more powerful. I love it when my kids yelling in the car. I'm like, that's the perfect time to follow up because they're like, oh, she's a busy mom. So like, oh my gosh, excuse me, Landon's yelling. Landon, quiet. Okay, so I'm following up. How are you doing? And that's a great way. They see your passion. I always do that. So if you have good kids, you can borrow mine. Okay, here's the other thing I do. If you guys go to your Facebook app, if you just click on the app, let me make sure I tell you this right. Okay, so if I go to the Facebook app and I just click on the app and I go to that more section, click on your friends list. So the first people, the beginning people, if you scroll through, so Molly Kerr, you're my first one, girl, hey. That means we interact a lot. So the first, all these people that come up are a lot of DTs, okay? Scroll all the way down, like all the way through or past distributors. These are people that you do not interact with, and they're probably not seeing your post. I guarantee it. It's like 1/4 of people see your post. So when you're scared to post because you're like, oh, I post all the time, these people aren't seeing it. Half the time it's just distributors. So scroll all the way down. Once you start liking their posts, once you start messaging them, once you start commenting on stuff, they'll move up and they'll start seeing your stuff. So I used to do that. Like on my lunch breaks, I would go through and I'd scroll all the way down, like, whew, and then I'd be like, oh, Brittany, forgot about her. So I'd send her a message, or I'd get to her, I'd start liking her stuff. So that's another tip that you can do to get, more people, more relationships out there. Let's see. I think that was it. Oh, then the last thing I did too is, I think when we first start, or if you get caught like just scrolling on Facebook, what I do is I screenshot a lot of like leaders that I follow, and it's a copycat system, you guys. So just follow the leader. Don't reinvent anything. I'll screenshot a lot, and then with the copy and paste. Now you can do that on Facebook. Copy and paste what they posted, and I put it in my notes section, and I just save. Like I save a ton of stuff. And then I'll go back and I'll make it my own. But if someone posted something, it's like their picture in their bathroom with, hair, skin, and nails or whatever, I don't use that exact one. I have hair, skin, and nails. I can use that. So make it your own, but that might be a good reminder for verbiage. I also do that in the notes section is like, I have tons of notes, but it's like customer follow-up, LC follow-up, and it's the verbiage. So if you're getting a lot of messages and you don't have a lot of time, you don't want to recreate that message every single time. Just copy and save it, you guys. And then you might have to change out their name, or hey girl, or hey boy, but you don't need to like reinvent everything every time. So I do that a lot with the notes section and saving things. Okay, my last thing I do too, I did this a lot in the bathroom because it was easy. Just scroll through, and I'd go to like a friend from high school or a friend from college. And so let's say my friend Megan. We went to high school together, and I would go to her friends list that we didn't have any in common. And I would look and I'd be like, Sarah, 98 mutual friends. Why am I not friends with Sarah? Oh, her name changed. I didn't remember her. Add them as a friend. And that's one way that I'll build my friends list too. Because at the end of the day, you want to meet a lot more people. You want to get more people to see your Facebook. You want to get more relationships built. And that was a really good way for me just to grow that. So I would go through my mutual friends of someone else and college friends. I did that all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that person. And I add them as a friend. Here's the key. I don't say anything to them. I don't bring up it works. I add them as a friend, that's it, okay? Then I'll start liking some of their stuff. So a lot of times if I add them as a friend, I'll put it in the notes section who I added. And then in a couple weeks, I'll just keep liking stuff, commenting, and I'm authentic. I'm just not liking I don't know, if they have nasty blue shoes on that I didn't like, I'm not gonna like it. But be authentic with it and comment and be authentic. And then I'll go back, and maybe in a couple weeks, I'll be like, oh my God, how are you? I just did this with this girl from college. I'm like, oh my God, how are you? See, you have kids. What have you been up to? Where do you live? They always ask you those questions back. So ask those questions that they want you, what you want to get back. So if you just say how are you? They're gonna be like, oh, I'm good. How are you? Good. That doesn't really give you a lot, right? So ask hey, what are you up to? Where do you work? How are your kids? How old are they? Where are you living these days? And then they'll ask you, where do you live? Where do you work? Oh gosh, actually I blah, blah, blah. And then it's have you ever heard of it? And so I don't do it automatically, but I'll do it with time to kind of build that relationship. So again, it feels authentic. I think that was it. So hope that helped.
Good. I have a couple of things when I work